All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the January 21st meeting of the Reinvestment and Workforce Committee. I will start by doing roll call of committee members. So myself, present. Kyle Abercrombie,
Present.
Corey Betts, Andrea Comer, Avery Gaddis,
Here.
Andrea Hawkins,
Present.
Michael Jefferson. I see Mike on there he
Here.
is. Shirley Skyers Thomas, Callie Valeries, and Kevin Walton. Okay, so we have quorum. Moving on to our next agenda item, which is the approval of the November 26, 2025 meeting minutes for our special meeting. Do I have a motion?
So move.
A second.
Second.
All right, any changes, discussion on the minutes? All in favor say aye.
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 No opposition, abstentions.
I'll abstain. I missed the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, motion carries. Moving on to item C, update on the community reinvestment and workforce educational opportunities. And for that, I will hand it over to Director McGee. I think he's frozen.
Am I frozen?
No, we hear you now. You just started to come through.
Okay. I'm actually in Bridgeport. We hosted our first info session around the R2 program, and we partnered with and will be partnering with members of the Black and Puerto Rican caucus to engage community-based organizations who might be interested in applying for funding. As you all no, we want it to be extremely intentional about connecting with our community partners and going into the communities. And so our first meeting was held today here in Bridgeport at the Bridgeport Library. So we had about 40 people in the space asking questions and just really
Brandon, we lost you. Caesar, are you in the same space as him? Yeah, I was gonna say if you can switch because you guys seem to have better connection.
All right, here we go. Working from the iPad wasn't smart, but nonetheless, we're here in Bridgeport. Not sure how much you actually heard of my report, or at least where we are in Bridgeport regarding our CBOs coming out to learn a little bit more about the R2 program. We had a little over 40 leaders in the space who are eagerly excited about the funding opportunities to support each of the three program areas that you all are familiar with. And so very exciting. But I have three of our staff persons, four of us are actually down here in Bridgeport. So excuse the tech challenges here, but we're making best with what we have. Caesar, next slide, or Jesse. So just a quick update on Reimagine, Revitalize Community Reinvestment. As you all know, after the council approved the recommended grant managers, our staff are currently working alongside the grant managers to create our notice of funding opportunities. We actually met with all of the representatives from each of the grant managers to underscore the importance of the program expectations, their responsibilities as hired grant managers as we move into the contract phase. Our team, we continue to gather all of the documentation needed to submit for final approval to the Attorney General's office. And as you can see, additionally, we're still working on all of the other moving pieces associated with the program. Next slide. And a lot of this information, council members, I have shared during our regular council meeting, but I thought it was important for us to take a moment just to slow down a little bit and give you all some space to ask questions. Again, before you is a summary of the selected grant managers, just to kind of put that out front and center again. One of the things that we think and feel that's really important with respect to our outreach strategies, and I think Andrea Hawkins and others have mentioned this, the community, they want to know more and they want to know how to access these funds. But we also know as an organization, we've got to be extremely strategic in how we deliver the information to ensure that each of the regions and their community-based organizations understand that the opportunities are available. And so by doing so, we started with Bridgeport, as I've mentioned earlier, with the selected grant manager, Community Foundation for Greater New Haven, to really just unpack all of the great opportunities associated with this program. And we plan to do that in each region, as you can see outlined here. Next slide. Really quickly, I know, we talked a great deal about the reinvestment side of the house, and per our strategic 3-year plan, we really wanted to focus on cleaning up the process, making sure our newly redesigned program was fully vetted and implemented, quite frankly. And so now I feel we are at a place where we can really hone in on workforce development, define what that really means to our ecosystem, and how are we also leveraging our internal goals with OWS and Tiffany as our liaison in partnership with Kelly. But as you can see, workforce development, it remains a central pillar of the SEC, and that is connecting our social equity goals to real employment, career advancement, and stability, economic stability. But one of the things that we've got to do, and we've been doing through our research team and constant communication with our social equity entrepreneurs and their backers, is to better understand what opportunities still exist there and how can we leverage and provide support through our strategic planning. The SEC continues to expand industry-aligned cannabis workforce training by meeting with our partners, i.e. the Connecticut State College System, and taking advantage of their resources that they have. I'm currently working with our legal team to iron out all the details associated with our memorandum of agreement with the state college system, so that while we are talking about a particular college, Southern, there are other state institutions that we could really use their partnership, leverage their resources as we continue to support the industry. And it's important that we continue to say this for those who are watching. This work will establish clear metric and scoring criteria for a lot of our plans, in particular, our workforce development plans that we require businesses to submit. As you all know, this past legislative session, there were a couple changes that have impacted how we, I'll use words like evaluate and grade plans. And so we're going to be making some adjustments there to better support the business, but also how can we ensure that reinvestments are being made in many of our DIAs where these businesses, where they reside. So anyway, we'll continue to standardize those templates and provide clear metrics and scoring there. Next slide. Yeah, and that's it. Our next meeting with respect to our council committee meetings, you can see there. I hope you all can attend. Again, Georgette has already sent out emails asking members Are you on the right committee? If not, please let us know. If you wish to join all committees, let us know. We want to make sure we reflect your names on the minutes and on our official roster accordingly. I'll end here. You can drop the slide, please. I'll end here by saying there is a lot of work that's underway. And, while we meet, quarterly, it doesn't stop you all from, reaching out, sending emails or recommendations as to, what you're hearing on the street and how we can include a lot of the information that you're hearing into our program design. But Madi, am I missing anything between both the community reinvestment and the workforce educational side of the house? If so, please, by all means, feel free to jump in.
I think you covered it all.
Cool. I'll turn it back over to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Director McGee? Pretty straightforward update. If no questions, open up to anything for the good of the order. Seeing none, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
So moved. Second.
I
They were
think
looking to Avery.
I know, and he just dropped. Then nope, I'll let y'all take
Yeah,
care of it.
asleep
All
at the
right.
wheel.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
to the staff for a wonderful update. Looking forward to hearing more about the different community conversations you all are having. Enjoy Bridgeport today. Hopefully, no more internet issues, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, folks.
Take care.